Back at it again, baby, and I think we have another gotcha video. You guys really enjoyed the last one that we checked out, so we're bringing it back. Let's dive in.
What if I told you all these quotes are actually 2020 Democratic candidates' quotes?
Oh.
I'm Kevin Phillips with Campus Reform. This week, President Trump is giving his fourth State of the Union address. I'm in Washington, D.C., getting college students' opinions on quotes from that address. But what they don't know is that all the quotes are actually from 2020 Democratic candidates for president. Will that change their mind? Let's find out. The White House released an early transcript of the State of the Union. Going to get your reaction to a few of the more controversial quotes.
Okay.
Talking to black voters, trying to win their support, saying, quote, "The other side is going to put y'all back in chains." What do you think of that one?
That's inappropriate. That should not be spoken like that.
I mean, I think that's just flat out racist.
Nah, that's pretty horrendous.
We should get a new president, probably. We shouldn't have like someone like that as like a role model for kids.
I don't think anyone is trying to do that.
Talking about North Korea, this administration.
It's crazy that they think this is somebody else saying all this stuff, and that was actually Joe. Man, oh man. And honestly, I wasn't privy to a lot of the stuff that had been said. Like I said previously, before this whole journey that I've been on, a lot of this stuff I wasn't really aware of. It just wasn't my realm, you know. And now that we're delving into it, it's eye-opening. It truly is. It really is.
Administration's success will be judged on whether we can eliminate North Korea's nuclear weapons and verify they're gone once and for all.
Well, that sounds very threatening, as if we're going to be executing him completely.
That it's warmongering, and I also think that there's other things to focus on with North Korea than just nuclear weapons.
I think it would be warmongering, but also it's just like a part of his rhetoric to like assert dominance and like assert American exceptionalism, things like that. So it doesn't really surprise me that he said something like that.
Knowing him, he's very like irrational and
Yeah.
I'd say slightly inaccurate.
Next up, talking about inner city violence and gun violence, saying, quote, "Those kids think they're going to get killed anyway because all their friends are getting killed. They just don't have any long-term focus or anything. It's a joke to have a gun. It's a joke to pull the trigger to them."
Yeah, so, I mean, he's saying that because these are communities of people of color, and it's not even veiled racism, it's just racism.
That's flat out ridiculous and very just not appropriate language, I feel like.
Yeah, that is wild. Mike Bloomberg. Wow. Huh. Interesante.
What?
Well, I think that's pretty unrealistic.
To kind of put all the blame for gun violence on those kids and not the people who are manufacturing them and the people who are selling them is an issue in and of itself.
Whoa. The people manufacturing them? Hold on, time out. Now I gotta stop there. Just because somebody manufactures it doesn't mean they're responsible for somebody's actions that happens to have one. When you put a piece of steel, I gotta be careful with my words because we are on YouTube, right? When you put a piece of steel on a table, you guys know what I'm talking about, what we were just speaking about. I'm just gonna call it a piece of steel. You put it on the table, it's not gonna do anything. You could leave it there for forever. It will never move. Nothing will ever go bang, nothing. So that whole thought process, manufacturers are at fault. No, absolutely not.
Manufacturing them and the people who are selling them is an issue in and of itself.
I feel like
I
that's
disagree.
really belittling to the people in those areas to say, oh, they don't care, when there are many people who are trying to better their situation.
Next up, talking about Israel-Palestine, obviously hot button issue for a lot of people. Quote, "When Palestine and Hamas put rocket launchers next to hospitals and schools, they're using civilians to protect their military. I believe Israel has a right at that point to defend itself." What's your take?
I think he needs to use more peaceful language, and I think it needs to be taken care of in a more peaceful, diplomatic way.
I'm very pacifist, so I really don't support war, so I don't support any of that at all.
Using that kind of language is very charged.
He has Israel messed up. I mean, and a lot of people do, but him especially. I mean, Israel isn't the one that we should be backing at all.
What if I told you all these quotes are actually 2020 Democratic candidates' quotes?
Oh, I would believe you.
They are.
interesting.
Did she say I would or I wouldn't?
Democratic candidates' quotes.
Oh, I would believe you.
Oh, she said I would. Okay. All right.
They are.
Interesting.
Is that surprising?
Yeah.
These are actually all quotes from Democratic candidates in 2020.
Oh, interesting.
What do you think of that?
I don't know.
What if I told you these are actually all quotes from Joe Biden, Elizabeth Warren, and other
really?
Democrat candidates.
Who said the chains one?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden said that.
Yeah.
I did not know that they
I really want to dive deeper into what they're actually thinking once they realize the person you think said it isn't the one that actually said it. The people, so hopefully we have the extended conversations of these, and it looks like we might, because this young lady is back up.
said that.
The
Chains one?
Joe Biden.
Joe Biden said that.
Yeah.
I did not know that they said that.
The In Chains one, it makes more sense in that context now, and whoever said that, like, that is concerning and not something
Joe
I
Biden.
agree with. Not shocking.
Are you surprised by that, by the quotes? What's your
He said not shocking. Okay. All right.
take on that?
Yeah.
I think that everybody I feel like everyone's a hypocrite at some point a little bit.
We label like who has these thoughts, and like if you're a Democrat you should think this way, and like if you're a Republican you think a certain way. But I think sometimes there are overlapping beliefs that we kind of overlook.
But I think that
This chick here, not her, that chick, the one that made an excuse from our politicians should be held to the highest of standards. I understand she is correct, and none of us are perfect. We've all said and done some dumb things that, we obviously realize in hindsight, I probably shouldn't have done that, or I probably shouldn't have said that. But to, I don't know, it just doesn't sit right with me that you make an excuse for it, Like I said, I understand nobody's perfect, including myself. I'd be the first to admit. But no, all seriousness, I don't know. How do y'all feel about that? The making excuses. For me, we have to be fair. And if you're going to completely crush one side with criticism, when the other side does something, or you realize they did something that they shouldn't have done, you can't just make excuses for it. You have to criticize them just as much as you criticize the opposite side. I think that's more of where I'm trying to come from with that, because like I said, I understand nobody is perfect. That is a definite fact that can't be refuted. So we understand that, but I don't know. But you guys let me know how you feel in the comment section.
A little bit.
Like if you're a Republican you think a certain way. But I think sometimes there are overlapping beliefs that we kind of overlook.
But I think that initially I'm like, oh, he said it, like let me find something bad about it. So yeah, I think that is fair.
Twitter informs a lot of my political decisions. I mean, Twitter informs a lot of my decisions, period. Twitter is great. I love Twitter, but it's definitely radicalized me to the left a lot more than I think that I was.
Oh, speaking about Twitter, pushing him to the left, which is fine, left, right, whatever. But when you clearly have a social media platform that denies something, but then you go out into the streets and you have something that admits it, and this is obviously well before, I think this is last year, a video from 2 years ago, well before the whole Elon Musk situation, you have somebody admitting, yeah, this social media platform influenced me to lean a certain direction. It's very crazy that he just said that before all this stuff went down. Wild.
Decisions. I mean, Twitter informs a lot of my decisions, period. Twitter is great. I love Twitter, but it's definitely radicalized me to the left a lot more than I think that I was.
I mean, it's all stuff that we kind of associate with the other side, at least, from my understanding. Again, the school is mostly liberal.
Yeah, I think often some people would look at what you just said and say, like, oh, my candidate didn't say that, or, like they would never have done that in the past. But I think that, like, everyone's opinions change, and, like, everybody says questionable things now and then, and I think that it's beneficial to accept that.
I think people are...
That's fine. Like I said before, if you want to have that mindset, that is totally fine, but we have to keep it fair. If you're going to have that mindset with one side, you got to have it with the other. That's my only thing. That's all I'm saying.
Very like, okay, if it's what this person is saying, I'm going to find a way to make it bad. And if it's someone that I want to support, then maybe I can find a way to make it sound good.
Shout out to Campus Reform for this video and these great interviews. Would you guys be interested in seeing me do some interviews? I'll probably ask this in several videos because I know not everybody watches every single video and probably doesn't make it all the way to the end. If you did make it to the end, I greatly appreciate you. Thank you so much. But would you guys be interested in seeing me do some interviews with, you know, if I could get one with the Thomas Sowell, the Jordan Peterson, or a Larry Elder, even like an AOC or someone if they're willing to come on and do an interview? Would you guys be interested in seeing some interviews? Let me know in the comment section. All right. Like, share, comment, and of course, hit that subscribe button if you're new. If you would like to share this video, it is the arrow button that is down below. You can click that, copy the link, and paste it on your Facebook, your Twitter, your Instagram, wherever you would like to post it. All right. Peace and love. Oh, hit that subscribe button too. It's right over there. It's right there. Hit that subscribe button. I'm out.